8 galvanized coated, about a 2.5-inch nail. Then we have the smaller nails here, should be a number 2 or 4 box nail. It's coated, and that helps it adhere to the material. We'll talk about that when we start putting our frame together. Now, choking up on that hammer to get that nail started, or if you can hold it out on the end, tap it, point that finger where you want to hit, and you will hit. I'm used to that finger going anywhere that I want it to go. My ear, my nose, my mouth, back of my head, wherever. So if I point that finger down that hammer, then you're giving yourself a guide. Sometimes that nail might lean and come out outside or inside. And just hit it with a firm stroke. You don't have to beat it, tap it, tap, tap, tap. Just put a nail in the hole. Take your time with it. And you point at that on a solid table, it will even work better. Hit it with a good firm stroke. I'm on a plastic bucket with a plastic box. So these things work out when we improvise with our workhorse. It will work better with a sawhorse or a solid plastic metal barrel. I like to hold 3 or 4 nails, all of my nails in my hand at once. I'm doing it that way, let you see possibly what you're going to be doing at home and how you're going to hold your nails one at a time. But I hold a handful. A clamp would be perfect right now, and we didn't bring one.
Yeah, I didn't think about a clamp either.
Put a clamp on it, hold it firmly, pull that in tight, but don't nail that nail until you have it in tight. And keep your finger out of the way where you won't hit it.
Yes, Lord.
Put a nail down, put a nail in that pre-drill hole, and that's a number 8 galvanized coated nail or a zinc coated nail. Alright, flip that box. You shot it right there. Yeah, I got to nail that too twice.
Oh, okay. That's why you come to an expert and don't do it yourself. I mean, you can, after this video, you can do it yourself.
After this, you'll be able to do it. We're going to talk about the do's and don'ts, cans and can'ts.
And we're inside of his greenhouse, and when we were here before, he gave us purple turnips. I mean, actually purple turnips, and you should see them things, how they've exploded.
Purple turnip,
Were they purple turnips? They were purple turnips.
red mustard.
Red mustard.
Red mustard.
Red mustard.
Yeah,
Green.
red mustard.
Oh, okay.
Got hold of some of them at a co-op. End of season, dead winter, and they wasn't taking care of them and watering them. Collard, kale, cabbage plants, and I disseminate those with my farmers. Now you see these number 4?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell you that they are there to go in this little lip. There were 5 of them, and it's 4 of these.
Oh, okay.
Nail it down tight. You get that done, pick up your 5 galvanize and do the same thing on them. I was a little ahead of myself putting that nail in. Watch on. Let me see here. Yep, they were tight.
You got to trust a man with his hammer when he's nailing.
Huh?
You got to trust a man with his hammer when he's nailing. You got to trust me in order to hold your fingers
I
this
need
close.
to pull. I didn't have a clamp. So you turn around and nail two down, one down, go to the opposite side, and bring that in, and that clamps it together.
Okay.
You don't have any space. And
Alright, got to flip it again.
yeah, I lost 3 nails, 2 nails.
Oh, we got the new nail.
What you need?
That's all right. I'm all right. I just put one in, maybe.
Oh, you got the
Yeah, one
from
of
the
them
hardware store?
did drop, but
I see I got one here. I'm doing fine.
okay.
We'll find one of them out of 2. There it is. That's all we'll need. Okay, flip it. Perfect. And take that little nail, that number 4, put it in that end, tap it in, hold down.
Mr. Houston. So
Uh-huh.
under the greenhouse, what keeps your plants from stretching under the greenhouse if you're germinating in here?
What keeps from stretching?
Yes, sir. You know, elongating. You know, like if I had the plants in here.
That fan down on the end, and another fan down here, a third one if you need it.
Then that keeps them from elongating.
That keep them from jake legging.
Jake legging.
That's that term, jake leg.
Okay.
And you go through it every day with a brush or broom, a long 2-foot brush or 3-foot or dowel rod or broom handle,
Okay.
and just wipe it over those plants.
Okay.
And if you start doing that, they won't become brittle and break, because you're exercising them every day, twice a day.
Okay.
3 times a day won't hurt if you're in there.
Yeah.
But you go through it when you go to your greenhouse, and you inspect what you have, and at the same time you got that broom in your hand, broom handle, paint stick, roller handle.
Okay.
Will do it. And you just walking down through there, and as you inspecting your plants for insects, disease, anything,
Right.
your visual perception there, and whether they are growing out or straight up. And you don't want that plant to be growing straight up. You want it to put on leaves and stay broad and husky.
Okay.
That means when it go out in the sunlight, it could be deficiency of sunlight too, because we grow a lot of stuff stacked. My tables is high. I can put stuff on the ground, or I can put it under. One back here, I got a table on a table, and I put it as much under the table as I do on top.
Okay.
So that means that bottom table has to be rotated out, unless I don't want it to grow as vigorous. And if I don't want it to grow, then I put it under.
Okay.
To germinate, I put them on the floor.
Right. Keep a little light off of it.
Put black plastic over them. They keep the heat, the humidity, and the light away.
Okay.
Some seeds need light to germinate, but the first 3-4 days don't need any light. They need humidity and heat.
Okay.
So that 4th day, you need to take that plastic off, because they're going to be germinating that day or that night.
Okay.
So you don't want them to come out the 5th day and be 1.5 inches, 2 inches high.
Okay.
A little flimsy. And as soon as you see them ball and swell that seed, Hello.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
How'd you get all these leaves up in here?
Huh?
How'd all these leaves get in here?
I raked them out of the sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
When they was in the sidewalk, instead of me raking them up out there,
Yeah.
I raked them up and put them in there.
You got the heater on.
Yep, I had to today. I put that in the mulcher, all that stuff on the floor.
Yeah.
I put that in my mulcher and it grinds it up.
Are you trying to get these people to do something for you?
And we haven't done anything this year because all of my heat gone and all of my fans is out. My fan, something wrong with them, my electricity.
Oh.
So I'm not growing. Ain't no use in me growing and losing
No.
like I've been doing.
You can't. Not real hot and cold as it's been.
No, it's been cold and hot.
What are you building?
Beehive.
Oh, okay. Where you got bees?
Don't have them yet.
Oh, okay.
There's Mr. and Mrs. Jones from CHULAHOMA growers. They starting in the bee business, got them some hives. We're going to put them together and see what we need. Next 2 weeks or so, they're going to get their bees in, and they're coming back, and we're going to put bees in them. Let them stay in there about 3-4 days, and then they're going to take them to the field.
My granddaughter's going with a boy from over in Indianola. I can't remember his last name, but his daddy raises bees and he sells queen bees.
You know, Boyette out here has green
Yeah,
queen bees.
well, this man does too.
I gave Boyette his first beehive when he was in school.
These people sell honey too.
Right.
He likes to fish too.
I like to fish and eat them
You
too.
ain't been fishing lately, have you?
Nope.
Yeah, neither. I tell you, the water's over the
Did you need
fishing
to put
pier
one
now.
They over the pier.
Yeah.
They got a
Uh-oh.
cabin on the lake,
What's he called out there?
on the river. The pier out there, they fish
Okay.
all the time.
Oh, okay.
This is the lady that's next door,
Oh, how
Mother.
you doing?
Mrs. Liddon.
How are you?
Hey, Miss Lindley.
I'm the boss over there.
You
There
the
you
boss.
go.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody's
Yes,
the boss.
ma'am.
I'm his boss.
All right then. Now what happened is, I built a block box
Yeah.
for the frame.
Yes, sir.
I built a box to put those outside pieces in, and it'd be look something like this. And then I built another box on the inside. That means those little slats. Give them to me. Yeah. That's the 9-inch, right?
Oh, yes, sir. These are the bigger ones. For the
Okay, I'm not gonna do that here, but give them to me. Just drop them in. These 9-inch, I'll build a box as long as this, where this thing will fit inside.
Okay.
See, it goes inside, but you see how much space? Just barely in there. And then this will be on the end, and you drop that down in, and you got another box in here that holds that.
Okay.
And over here, that inside box holds these in place. Then all I have to do is put this on and nail it,
And that's your boss.
and it don't go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Then when I get through, I'll pull that box out, and that leave the box around the outside.
Around the outside.
And then these here just dump them.
Okay.
They'll be
Well, I
ready
gotta
to dump.
get back over
You're
and
smart.
put
I
my
saw that on
plate.
YouTube.
Miss Lynn, nice to meet
Just
you.
like that.
Meet y'all.
Yeah,
Y'all,
have a
y'all
great
keep
day.
y'all straight.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, he gonna keep us straight.
Maybe you can get me a queen from him, huh?
Huh.
You think you can get a queen out of your
I'm gonna see.
Now, I don't even know the man. I just know his son.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep up with on this
Yes, sir.
and see what I called one yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and he wouldn't talk about no queens and bees either.
Oh, wow.
So since this one sells queens, he might sell queens and the bees.
Okay.
But we'll have our own bees.
Right.
After this, all we have to do is take 2 frames and make sure there's no queen on it. Put it in another box, or 3 frames.
Put them in another box.
Put them in another box, put the queen in there, and we off and rolling again.
Off and rolling.
I don't know how they know a queen from anything else.
She looked like a wall,
It has a
longer abdomen on her.
I got a lot over here I got to put out.
Let me see how
Give
I'm
me
doing
that
here.
Don't y'all
Get
work
one.
too hard.
Mm-mm.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna put it down here and workhorse it. Okay.
Sun's trying to come out.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I was gonna do this at home, but it started raining on her. She's sweet. That daughter.
You want me to hold? Tony, you paying attention? Okay.
I'm making sure. Getting it on video. I see these plants are coming to life. These plants are coming to
yeah.
life. They looking good.
You see those holes going across there?
The holes?
Across here.
Yes, sir.
Did you get a roll of wire?
No.
Alright, we're gonna.
They.
You
Is
might
this
not
what
need
go
We got
inside?
the frames. We got frame.
Yeah, the,
You might not need the wire because you got the solid
Yeah.
foundation.
right,
Right.
right. They gave us the foundation instead of the wire.
Gotcha. And that
Beginners.
a little tack hammer works good with this, but this
No.
is working perfect. You see how they were cleated on the side?
Yes, sir.
You can't get them too long, you can't get them too short.
And this is your top.
That's the top rail.
Now, how'd you get the insert in?
I'll show you that in a minute.
Okay.
You don't have to put them in there now. Some
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought that they.
Some people put them in now.
Okay.
You see how that nail went sideways?
Yes, sir.
I know how to hit it over here and make it straighten out. But if you follow the wood grain, that shorter nail, some of them are longer. If you hold it straight, and this hammer got rust on it so it ain't slipping. Give me a foundation,
That's for the
black
deep.
foundation.
Yeah.
That's the brood cone,
The brood form.
Let me take
brood
this.
foundation.
Okay.
I know the guy said take that off. Mr. Lewis, the beat.
Oh,
Where's
take the
that?
tip off.
Top or bottom? Where you said take that, break that off to get
Yeah,
started in here. Alright, what you do is at the top or bottom. It won't matter because they're going to draw this out at a 5-degree angle. And that angle 2 to 5 degrees is going to keep your honey from running out.
Okay.
If you turn this thing over, your honey will run out if it ain't capped.
Oh, okay. Now, where's the caps going to be?
On the end of the comb when they draw it out. They're going to draw that out about 7/8 of an inch on each side.
Oh,
And you're going to about 1 3/4 inches.
How often do you
Thick.
replace these little things?
You don't replace these.
Oh, you don't
This
replace
when you
that?
spin it out and you reuse or set them
Now
out.
you bend this. And when you go in there, you see that looking like that? That's wax.
Right.
But on the inside of it, if it's yellowy looking, that's going to be pollen.
Okay. After
And,
the.
and then on the top, the cap going to burge up. White cap on top.
Okay.
And when you break that cap, honey flows.
On it flows.
And if it's a nest cap, then that's where the bees you got baby bees in. That brood comb here. This is a little bit bigger than that right there.
Right.
That's all you do now. You don't have to
Now,
have no wire.
I hear him speaking and say brood.
Brood is where the babies, she gonna lay eggs in.
She's going to lay eggs in this.
And then you put your excluder on top. She can't go up
Okay.
and lay no eggs. You're gonna have pure honey in them other two.
Okay. Okay.
And that's gonna be heavy.
Okay.
This thing here, is 40-some pounds.
Full?
This full of honey will be over 47 pounds.
Wow.
13 pounds per gallon.
Are you saying 40-some pounds of honey?
40 brood, comb, box and all, 40-some pounds.
40-some pounds. How much honey,
Honey
do you think could come
is
out of that?
2.5 gallons.
2.5 gallons. You
And
said
that little thing there, when we put them together, they about to cut that heater off.
okay. Let me go.
Just cut that heater
you
plumb
go
off. I'm sweating.
Come this way.
I turn it all the way up.
Yes, sir.
I didn't need no heat. Twist it all the way right.
All the way to the right. You push it down and turn it.
Just turn it. Now open the door. There's a brick laying out there on the ground. Piece of brick. Put it on top of the concrete. It's right up under the door.
Tony, you still filming?
Huh?
You still recording?
Yeah, it's still
Oh,
on.
yeah, it's still on.
Okay.
He's gonna have to cut it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just let it run.
Well, I
Okay.
was gonna stop him. since
That's
he put
enough. You
one
can stop
together.
it now
Yeah.
because we done gone through everything.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
what about the small one?
It's
Oh, this is the same thing,
It's
a
the
box
same
and
way.
this. Oh, okay, okay.
That's
This is what goes in that. That's a kit. And when
So, Mr. Houston, so you mean that the bees are gonna
They're gonna draw that
build
out
this up?
7/8 of an inch,
Okay.
and they're gonna draw that side 7/8. And
Mhm.
everywhere else there is, they're gonna be all of that space they can't go through it.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna fill that with wax. If it's a 1/4 inch, and look at this. This and this goes together. But what size is that hole? Bees can travel through that.
Okay.
If it's less than a 1/4, they fill it up with wax. If it's more than a 1/4,
Mm-hmm.
they might leave it open.
Okay.
they say
but-
bees are smart.
That's smart.
Hmm.
So that's it. Now we got that done.
Okay. All right.
Let's go. Let me go to work now. Give me a top rail. Right here. It's fine. It don't matter. There you go. You got one over there.
See, that's an LED light right there as well, sharp light.
Mm-hmm.
That's an LED sharp
That's what I was telling you. I had
Got you.
2 of them. I took one
Now-
up to the shop.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna replace 2 of them in here. I replaced one.
Mm-hmm.
They're down there. 2 black ones.
Oh, okay.
I had 3 blacks in here. And I replaced one of the lights because my bulb wasn't working. I don't know what I did with it, but I bought 2 more. Sail on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, feel that sunshine come through here.
Hey man.
You got it?
I'm trying to get over here.
Talk about that heat
Yes.
to the greenhouse. Them plants get it up and down, but if you got a heater on,
Oh,
it
yeah,
gets
you got it.
mean.
Sign us out, Mr. Houston.
Huh?
Hold on before you sign out. Go back through, because remember that last video, how it ran fast? I wanna look
Yeah,
back
we'll
around.
do that when he's done, and
Okay.
we'll come back and do a part 2
Okay.
of his greenhouse.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
You see that nail went inside?
So
I just
we'll
had
be
that
back.
post standing up straight.
Yes, sir.
So I went back and put one in to hold it. I'm not gonna worry about taking it out. I give me a bottom rail.
Bottom red. Small one.
There you go. Turn your
Black
groove
key.
inside.
Okay. And maybe snap this.
Just
one.
snap it off.
Just snap.
It's already perforated.
Why did they say snap it off?
I don't know that. You want to leave it on? I don't know.
Sometimes it
Mr. Lewis said just
to
snap it off
help
before you.
you get it in place.
That's what it's for. Okay.
And this wax on here now.
And that black stuff is wax too now. Or is it plastic? Perforated plastic.
Well, it feels just like a wax
Plastic.
on
It is wax.
Oh, it's coated with beeswax.
with beeswax.
Yeah. It's coated with beeswax. That's why. Because let me have it. Because that's. It's better to use that. Perforated edge might be. Sometimes it might get stuck close to the end, or if they put glue on